In the previous lesson, I showed you where you can find the major root notes of the 5th string pentatonic scale. Those are the notes that you would target if you wanted to treat the scale as a major scale. But if you'd like to treat the scale as a relative minor scale, then you would target a separate set of notes. In this lesson, I'm going to go over the minor root notes that you would target. Just as you'll always play the major root note with your first finger, you'll always play the minor root note with your third finger, and you'll always find the minor root note right before the relative major root note in the scale. So for instance, let's take a look at the C major pentatonic scale rooted on the 5th string. If we're dealing with C major, then we know that we'll have the same notes in the A minor scale. Remember that A minor is the relative minor to C major. It's the 6th degree of C major. So we have on the 3rd string at the 5th fret with your first finger the major root note of C. The note before the note C in the scale is the note that you play with your third finger on the 4th string right here. That note is the note A. It's the relative minor root. We have another major root up at the 8th fret of the 1st string. The minor root comes right before it in the scale, and it's played with the third finger. We have another root down here at the 3rd fret of the 5th string. This too is C. The relative minor root note is again right before this note in the scale, and we're playing that one with the third finger again. So the relative minor root notes of the 5th string extended pentatonic scale will always be found on the 6th string, the 4th string, and the 2nd string, and they'll always be played with the third finger. To transform your C major pentatonic scale into an A minor pentatonic scale, target the minor root notes instead of the major root notes. Practice targeting the minor root notes as you play the notes of the C major pentatonic scale against an A minor chord. B minor is the relative minor to D major. B is the 6th degree of the D major scale. So if you wanted to play a B minor pentatonic scale, just think of playing the D major pentatonic scale rooted on the 5th string. Only instead of targeting the major root notes with your first finger, you'll target the minor root notes with your third finger, right before the major root notes in the scale.